Tough game tonight. Just I didn't really get to catch most of the first half for real, so I don't really know how they came out. I know that it looked like from the score, at least from my viewpoint, everything was looking decent. Shots were falling. They was hitting their threes. Ja looked like he definitely had a stretch where he definitely got hot. And everything was looking pretty good. And then, second quarter came. We've actually won the second quarter 2 games in a row already. So, kudos to them for that. I definitely got to give them credit for that. So, it is what it is. Now where I did pick up the game was in the third quarter. Third quarter was pretty abysmal. I can't lie. Um, but it is what it is. I just think the mindset tonight probably wasn't where it needed to be to get a win. If everybody can understand what I mean by that, like, yes, we got 6 games in 9 days and everything like that. But when you go ahead and have that mindset, these are kind of the games that's gonna catch you. So I just believe the mindset overall kind of got us beat tonight. But it is what it is. It's early. It's October. But yeah, a lot of these guys hasn't played a lot and everything like that. So you would still like to see them go out there and try to play for a win. So I just don't believe that was the mindset tonight. I think there's going to be a couple of games like that where that mindset is just, oh, we had 6 games in 9 nights. It's not about winning. So I just think that rubbed off tonight and it showed. So that's all I'm going to cap it off with. Vontae, you got it. Miss McCrimmon, if you could hear me, it says it's trying to connect, but it doesn't seem to be working. So if you keep trying, I'll let you in. But go ahead, Coach Vaughn, and then Brandon.
What's up, man? Appreciate you for having me. But I'm gonna be honest, bro. I'm gonna be that nigga tonight. And it's just I mean, bro, like I just hate to say it, bro, but it's just dude just not it. Like I'm like I mean, even that mindset that you just mentioned, bro, like it's just not a championship mindset. Whether we got 6 games and 9 nights or 6 games and 6 nights, bro. Like at the end of the day, you play to win, bro. Like you like you play to win, bro. You play to win. And
Hey,
tonight,
Vontae.
yeah.
Not to cut you off real quick, but I know for me, the way that I would have put it out to media, it's like, yeah, I understand we got 6 games in 9 nights. But our number one thing is trying to go out there to win. Taylor Jenkins gets a little word salady, so you kind of add a little, we try to go out there and win with limited minutes or whatever it is, but our mindset is to go into every game and trying to get a win. Like that's all. Like you just keep it cut and dry like that. But go ahead, my bad, Vontae.
Yeah, and I understand that, man, but I just like to keep track of like little things, bro. Like, cause it's just I mean, I'm not just watching these games to just be a fan and watch the players play. Like, this is actually something that I like study and I like to learn from, professional coaches, professional players, whatever the case may be, because, it's each one teach one. So when I see a player like Jake LaRavia, like, and that's the thing, bro. I promise to God, I want to embrace Jake LaRavia and I want to love him as a player. That's just me. Like he's on my team. They keep giving him chances and they believe in him. But like you don't even play Ja Morant for 30 real minutes. Like real time minutes, bro. I sat there and I tweeted when he came into the game because last game I said you gonna lose every single Jake LaRavia minute. I said that last game. And he checked into this game when it was an extremely close game. He played 30 real time minutes without coming out of this game, bro. And when he left the game, we were down by 20. Like,
So just to add a little bit, and then we can get through it. uh, I'm not gonna put that on Jake no more. Like, we all get it. We know who, a lot of people know who Jake is at this point, so we don't have to give a rundown on Jake. Like, like you said, he played like 30 something minutes. That's an indictment on the coach at this point, and like I said, an indictment on the mindset going into this game. But go ahead, Vontae.
Facts, and that's what I'm getting down to. Like, cause one thing about Jake, bro, he gonna play hard, and I would never fault a motherfucker for going out there and playing as hard as they can because it's a lot of people on this team that don't always give it 100. And one thing I can say about Jake is he gonna give it 100, even when he out there getting his ass bust. He gonna do it 100%. But it come a time for a coach like Taylor Jenkins, bro. Like, I don't even want to go there, but I gotta go there, Grind, because if I don't, it's gonna stay closeted, and I don't want that. But there's a fucking revolving door of a specific type of player that he likes to do this with, bro. And I'm not saying that, there's some extracurriculars. I'm saying implicit bias is a thing, bro. Implicit bias is a fucking thing. And for some reason, players that are supposed to be good shooters, because Grayson Allen on the Suns now, he's shooting the motherfucking leather off that motherfucker. But when he was here, he wasn't. You know what I'm saying? John Conchar was shooting the leather off that motherfucker his rookie and a little bit of his sophomore year. But Jenkins started playing him, and now he not. I expect him to miss every time he throw that motherfucker up. And now we got Jake LaRavia in the same position. There's something all of these players have in common, bro. And I'm not gonna go straight to skin color. It can be character traits, whatever the case may be, bro. But I am sick of this specific coach having players that are better. Even with Jalen Wells not hitting his shots tonight, bro. He's a better player, bro. His defense is amazing. His playmaking is amazing. His decision making is amazing. Even if it don't go in, I am comfortable. I am more comfortable with Jalen Wells having the ball than I am with Marcus Smart having the ball, bro. And he's a rookie. That's how well he's been playing. So it's just certain things, bro, surrounding this team that I'm sorry. The players are great. Our talent is great. We're a good team, bro. I'm just gonna be honest. And we are going to win games. If we are healthy, we are going to win games. But this coach is going to continue to lose us games that we should win. That we should win, bro. You didn't even have to play Jake LaRavia tonight. Like Scottie Pippen was getting in their ass, bro. Jay Huff was getting in there. He didn't get no, bro. They didn't get the big minutes, bro. And if you're gonna sit Ja and sit Bane and sit these guys, sit, bro. Let the players play who are playing well. Marcus Smart got hurt, and you feel like you had to put Marcus Smart back in. Throw Yuki in there and see if he can run the offense. If you don't care about winning, bro, like if you want to conserve people, bro, put people in roles that make sense. Don't throw out a lineup of Jake LaRavia, John Conchar, fucking Scottie Pippen, Brandon Clark, a whole lineup of non-shooters and Desmond Bain, bro. Like that don't make sense. Like a lot of this shit didn't make sense, and I'm sorry, Grind. I'm a little long-winded, so I'm gonna end it here. But I'm getting frustrated, bro, with this coach, and understand that I've tried with Taylor Jenkins, bro. But it's getting to the point. I know it's game two, and motherfuckers gonna say you overreacting, bro. But how many times does a coach have to make the same mistake before you call a spade, bro? A spade is a spade. And that's all I got. I want to come back up here though, Grind. So I'm gonna be here all night. Don't drop me because I really want to come back up and be active. But
No,
that's
I ain't
all I
gonna.
got for now.
I ain't, if I do drop you, it's because the room done got filled up. But you good for now. I always, you always good in the room, my guy. But let me go ahead and get the Brandon. But yeah, Vontae, just, like I said, I'm not trying to get all piped up too much tonight, but like I said, I just think the mindset overall, led to a lot of things. Whether that mindset came from the front office or the coaching staff, it was clear as day. They put it out there. We got 6 games in 9 nights. You never heard anything about, like I said, we're not. You never heard anything about winning. All you heard was 6 games in 9 nights, and that's what they rolled with tonight. That's the mindset that I felt like happened. It went from the front office to the coaching staff to the players. So I'm not even blaming these players like that. I'm really not. Um, the only one I can somewhat blame is Desmond Bain a little bit. And to me, he took. They say you take on the leadership and the motivation of your coach. And Desmond Bain is the leader of this team, like vocally and everything. And I don't think he brought it tonight. Like not in the basketball IQ type of way. He just didn't have it. But go
Hey,
ahead, Brandon.
and one more thing, Grind. If 13 not ready, don't put 13 out there, bro. Because if we lose 13, if 13 gets seriously injured, bro, we need 13, bro. So if he not ready, don't throw him out there just because it's opening night, bro. Let him sit and let him get healthy, bro. Because I'm not gonna lie, bro. We need 13, bro. Like drastically.
Oh, we definitely do, but we'll get around to that because there's a lot of avenues to think about and talk about with that one. But let me go ahead and get to Brandon, man. Brandon, then Miss McCrimmon, Grizz Company, man, Dez, and Judge of Memphis.
Hey, what's up, Ryan? What's good, y'all? It's really good to be back in here. No, it's been a long time. Uh, but tough loss tonight. I first want to say that all off season we heard about, man, this new offense is going to be great. Like it's going to be more consistent. Uh, you know, Guys are going to be in better spots. They're going to move the ball around more. And I just felt like tonight against a team like the Rockets, that's in your division, like a team that has a lot of talent, top to bottom. I just thought there was just way too much unserious basketball. It was pretty similar to last season where they'd hit shots in like the first quarter and second quarter, and then they just start playing lackadaisical and they just start giving the game away. And that same thing happened against the Utah Jazz, but then it just happened again tonight. But the Rockets are a much better team than the Jazz, and so you just can't be doing that shit and expect to win games. And I had thought when Dylan Brooks went and sacked John Morant in the fucking love area that like you'd have more pride in your team and you'd play more passionately. They just let the Rockets dog walk them tonight, and that's just not something you can do against a team that you're supposed to be better than, that you're supposed to show that you're better than, and I just thought there was just too much unserious basketball all around, just bad guys taking bad shots, and I think that starts from the top too. I
Hey,
thought,
Brandon.
yeah,
Not to cut
yeah,
you off like this, but you're right though. Even if you're not gonna go out there and just play like, dogs, like, going out there and fouling them and giving extra stuff, go out there with the IQ to beat them. You
exactly.
know what I'm saying? So my bad. I just wanted to throw that in there, what you said.
No, no, you good. I think the biggest thing that's just getting to me is just the lack of consistency. Santi had 20+ point game last game, 2 points today. Um, Jay Huff had a pretty good game last game. What did he do today? It's just I don't. You have to be more consistent if you want to beat these teams that you want to beat, and it's got to start from the top, and the discipline has to start from the top. And I thought from Ja and Bain tonight, that discipline just wasn't really there. There were a lot of turnovers, a lot of just playing lackadaisical, and that's got to get better, and that's got to improve tomorrow, especially because you got the Magic in the building. But I do want to say I thought Zach Edey for everything had a better game tonight. I thought he was at least like more in touch with what he could do and everything. And I know people are going to disagree with me on this, but I thought he had a better game. But I'll leave it at that and just say that this team's got to play serious and they got to get serious because this Houston Rockets team, they're going to keep coming. And I thought the Grizzlies just let themselves get played out of the building tonight.
No, I appreciate you, Brandon. And on the Zach Edey front, yeah, he's been disappointing. He has been. But uh, they had to me. You got to let the kid get a certain feel of the game. So it is what it is. I think with this new offense and everything like that, this is what you're gonna see from Edie. M- Whether he struggles or not, it's kind of up to him how quickly he's able to get himself acquainted to it. But at the end of the day, he's gonna have to get acquainted to it. Um, I still believe in these type of games though. The Rockets slowed you down. That you tried to do they tried to do transition with the Rockets and it didn't work for them. So in a game like this, you kind of slow it down in spurts, but it is what it is. I think they can find some more time to get him some more touches in the post or doing more things that he's more comfortable with. But Miss McCrimmon, you got it, Grizz Company man, Dez, and then Judge of Memphis.
Hey everybody. I hope everybody's doing it nice. So there were a couple things, well, a lot of things that I saw. So okay, everybody's talking about the six games and 9 nights. Right. That's a whole nother animal. But a couple things happened today. You got bad okay, so the bad coaching, we already know who Taylor Jenkins is. And so you're gonna always get negative minutes when you get Jitty, Marcus Smart, and LaRavia on the floor at the same time. Why we're doing that lineup, I don't know. One of the biggest issues that they had was rebounding. So why would you go small ball in the third quarter? It makes absolutely no sense, but that's what they did. And then outside the not scoring, not getting rebounds, then you got this whole game within a game where what ended up happening is that they went all the way off script basically, and they started doing this whole ISO ball thing, and that's when Desmond Bain and Ja got into this whole sparring match with Dylan, and it really went off the rails at that point, right? But this is where you're supposed to have a coach that's supposed to be able to reel these people back in, right? But that's not happening because we already know who Taylor Jenkins is. And then what makes it even worse is Ime Udoka went at halftime and he made adjustments. We didn't make no adjustments. What we do, we went small ball and said we not rebounding, so we're gonna go even smaller, even though we can't rebound currently now. So it's just a game within the game. And one of the things that I know is going to get Taylor Jenkins fired is his inability to make adjustments and to reel his team back in. This team is really good, but I'm telling you, they are off the rails when they're losing. They don't. He doesn't know how to coach them to really win when the game is tight. He can't do that. And because he can't do that, it's going to get him fired, and they will have a new coach next year. I'm just going ahead and tell y'all now because that's just what it is. Because this team has to get physical. They have to learn how to play the game within the game, and they don't know how to do that yet. And they're not going to win until they learn how to play that game within the game, and they're losing that every single time, every single year. And that is what's going to have to get them over the hurdle. And until they get a coach that can push that in them, or they can push it in themselves, we're gonna always just gonna be that team that gets to the first round and lose. Cause you gotta get a team that got some physicality in it. You can't play soft. Like that's just what it is. When they start pushing, they can't complain about it fast. Start pushing them back. Start doing that stuff back. You gotta have some heart in there somewhere. And honestly, NBA, I'm telling you, they gotta get a coach in the mud that's out the mud, and a coach that don't have that nice little NBA to say, look, this what we do. Go push that juke duke back. Stop being like that. Like, no, until they get that, we're gonna be right here. And I'm gonna land my plane right there because I can preach on this all night.
No, preach the word, Miss McCrimmon. Preach the word. I 100% agree. Like you said, like I mean, yeah, it could come down to coaching and all that, but like you say, it's about playing the game within the game. Like I just tried to say with Edie, what I'm saying, like they slowed us down. It was a half court type game for on our side because them young bulls knew how to do what they needed to do to get us out of shape. Like you said, the stretch with Desmond Bain and John Moran and Marcus Smart all being ball handlers and just throwing the ball or just going ISO and dribbling all out of bounds and falling all out of bounds. It was a bad stretch. It cost us the game. Like I said, we could talk about the Jake Laravias and all that all we want to, but those top guys in stretches didn't do what they were supposed to do. Um, Also, like I said, with Taylor Jenkins, I mean, Ja had 15. Like I said, I didn't see the first half too much, but Ja had 15 and 11 minutes. I mean, come on, man. Like at half, that's crazy in a divisional type game, Western Conference, and you got 5 Eastern Conference games coming up, and this is the game you decided to go minutes, like limited minutes and stuff. I just don't get it. I don't understand it. It is what it is. They lost tonight, but it was the mindset. And what you said, Miss McCrimmon, is 100% right. Whether it comes from the coach or whoever, they got to get it right. And this happens way too many times inside the game where you either have a lead or you're struggling or whatever, and you don't understand to make the adjustments to hold something or gain it back or extend it. So, but go ahead, Grace Company man, and then Dez, and then Judge of Memphis, and then y'all hear you.
Yeah, tonight it was a mix of two halves. Like this game to me was more frustrating than like more so I'm ripping the team. Like this game was more about coaching, like mess ups. And to me, the biggest issue was Desmond. Like to me, the past 2 years, if you notice and watch this team, Desmond Bain oftentimes takes himself out of the game early and doesn't get going because he's fouling hella early into the game. Desmond Bain is a decent to average defender, which we all know. He's bulked up, he's got better on that end, but his main issue, he plays with his hands. He don't sit down and guard. Every time a big goes near him, he swipes down. Every time a guard goes to the rim, he lets them go by and tries to swipe. If you're not going to sit on your square and just guard, the refs is not going to give you no bailout calls. You're not an established all defender, none of that shit. So, Dez, if you're not going to be out there, we're going to struggle. Like, right now, we don't have our big three until tomorrow. And if you're not out there, it's just Ja. And when it's just him, he's got to go in kill mode or he's going to pass. He's not going to be balanced because he can't. He can't do that all by himself. And to me, another big thing is Jenkins. Like when the team is playing well, the team was playing well in the first half, got a double-digit lead. But when you don't capitalize on moments in the game, you're just gonna get like trounced when it matters. Like when they cut the lead to one. You don't take out your star player and replace him with Jake LaRavia. It's not necessarily that Jake's so shitty. He is shit, but he's not good enough to replace Jaws' effectiveness. You need to replace a player that's going to come in and give you a spark. Like Jalen Wells, even tonight, he was not the greatest player. He made defensive mistakes, offensive mistakes, but the play directly after, he's making up for it. He airballs a three, he gets his ass back on defense, and he's taking a charge. When you got players like that in the game, you can make shit happen. And the thing I'm noticing with this team, we have no athletes. When you see the next gen Grizzlies play 21 season, 22 season, we ran people off the floor. But when you got Zach Edey in the paint looking slow, you got slow players on the perimeter, we just don't have any dynamism and we're not running no more as we used to. So if we get Jaren back, we need Vince, Gigi, and Jaren back, and that's going to uplift our team's athleticism. And I think that's our way to win. Like we know we can lock teams down. Even tonight, we forcing shot clock violations and stuff. I think the ingredients are there. We just got to lock in and play the right people. Because if you play a 9 to 10 rotation with this team, you can play the right way and get the job done. So lock in, get Trip back tomorrow, and beat the Magic. It is what it is.
For sure, man. Appreciate your Grace Company, man. Hopefully that everybody will play tomorrow. You know, we y'all know how it goes back to back. Like I said, they already put it in the atmosphere. Six out of 6 games in 9 nights. So you never know how they'll go with all these games and rotations. But like I said, the mindset was there tonight, and it rubbed off on the rest of the team. What you said about Desmond Bain and everything is exactly right. Like I said earlier, he's the leader of this team. So a lot of the things that these guys are doing out there, it just rubbed off wrong. Even that lineup, I think Vontae brought it up where he was in the lineup with no other shooters. It was just him. I mean, it was a funky. It just didn't feel right. I blame that on coach and I blame that on Bang because in a way I blame that on Bang because Bang, you got to speak up. Like, bro, like you can't keep putting me out here with these dudes, man. Not necessarily in that way, but y'all know what I'm saying. Like, give me something else out there, so we can at least extend this lead or hold this lead, and then when Ja gets back and everything, we can possibly come out of this thing with a win. So it's a lot of other factors as to how this team could have won tonight. But let me go ahead and get to Dez, then Judge of Memphis, then Gerald.
Mr. Coach Klein, don't let them take your manhood. That's all I kept saying, man. This whole damn game. Hey, Brevin snitched on Jenkins tonight. Y'all caught that little 2 minute riff he went on? Talking about the Rockets came out the second half and they took on the identity of their coach. He was a gritty player who got down and dirty and won games. He went on a tangent for a good 2 minutes talking like that. I knew what he was saying because I can read between lines. And it's really blatant what he was saying. You know, they took on the identity of their coach, man. They pushed us around physically. They bullied us, they punked us, they beat up on us, they were snatching the ball out our hands, then moving us out the way with their shoulder and just putting the ball in the hoop off vertical. It was at least 7 times where the person that shot the ball less than 4 feet from the basket got the ball back and put it in the basket with 2 to 3 defenders draped over them. It looked like playing against your little nephew in the driveway. That's what it looked like. They got pumped out. Let's just be real. You know, you get all the strategies in the world. Now, if we want to talk strategy, I mean, let's talk about Brandon Clark being primarily a perimeter player overnight, right? Who would have thought Brandon Clark is a goddamn 3-and-D wing? This is stupid. Like y'all being a little too nice, and this ain't no panic. Look, it's just the truth. It looks stupid. You can call something stupid when you see it. Like you don't have to sugarcoat shit for people. Like it's I don't like the orange dude, but at least he did one thing in American Side. He made it to where you could just say what the fuck you really think and what it is. And that's what it is. Like it's just
Excuse me, that was all. That was actually the Constitution. But go ahead, you cook.
hey, whatever it is, because you know a motherfucker with a shotgun and you ain't got one, that's the Constitution too. At the end of the day, you know he's slow. We got Zach Kleiman and then we got Coach Klein. I'm not calling him Ted Lasso no more. That's disrespectful to Ted Lasso, an Emmy-winning show. He is the coach from The Water Boy. The scene where he got his playbook took, we got to see that tonight. That man walked in there and said, "Hey boy, give me that playbook." I wouldn't be shocked if Emi Udoka said, "We're gonna play the first half regular, second half we just gonna hit them in the mouth." Because they collapsed. All that cute shit was over. That running and all this shit with nobody touching you or bumping you, it was over in the second half. It ain't an analytic, it ain't a strategy, it ain't a set you can run to make up for somebody getting in your chest and taking their forearm, hitting you with a goddamn shiver. It's nothing you can do for that. Y'all, anybody can come here and preach anything. They got punked out, man. That's wild, you know, to see that year in, year out. And you know, for the Dylan Brooks apologists, look, they got punked out while he was here too. You remember Christmas Day? They laughing at that motherfucker shooting threes and shit. He was here for the punk out. They got the personality of their coach, man. And as far as the Bane being a leader, look, I'm gonna be 100 with y'all. He, your best player got to be your leader. That's just the truth. If you're gonna compete for rings, you know, in any professional sport, that's what it has to be. And you know the I land the plane here. The Heatles, Braun tried to be nice and let Wade have it, and they lost. That team was cold as shit, and they lost because the best player wasn't the leader that year. You know, that's just how it works, man. The best player got to be the leader. That's 12. You know, the Bane doing this shit is cool. It sound good in theory, but it doesn't work in actuality. It's just 78 years to prove that. As far as as far as the coaching, man, look, go when you rewatch this game on FanDuel Sports Network. When you rewatch it, Go listen to Brevin in the fourth quarter talk about the difference in this game. He told you what it was. An ex-player is telling you what happened. And if you want to disagree with him, cool. A lot of people in here like to disagree with me.
Hey,
But
hey, Des. The funny thing is, I wasn't even like I was watching the game on the broadcast, but I wasn't hearing it. I was at a bar or whatever. But that's what I led off with. What you led off with, like the identity of the coach, or in this case, like I said, whoever put out the statement to the Michael Cole, oh yeah, we got 6 games and 9 nights, we're gonna manage the, whatever else was said. It said nothing about winning. And like I said, it's not about saying that we're gonna go out there and play our guys 30 minutes to get a win, but you still put the statement out there that you're going to try to go out there and win these games, whether it's uh managing the players or not. But
I mean,
yeah, I mean,
I
go
agree
ahead.
with you. I agree with you, Brian. But my thing is this: like with Edie tonight, right? Take him for example. It was times out here where he was 1-on-3 trying to get rebounds, and that's defensive rebounds.
Thank you.
Like
Shout
that's
out to Young
defense.
Heezy for that, by the way. I'm just saying, but
Like it was defensive. That man was 1-on-3 in that paint. I'm sorry, these dudes they run from it, man. They run from physical contact. And you can't tell me it's their size because the Oklahoma City Thunder went out there against Aaron Gordon, Michael Porter Jr., and Jokic with a bunch of 6'5" people and Chet Holmgren who don't weigh more than 220 pounds and held their own in the paint. So
I
don't give
agree.
me that shit. Don't come
Hold,
up here
hey,
talk.
I
hold up,
agree.
Des. Who specifically though?
What'd
Because
you say?
somebody had 27 the other night when nobody was touching them.
No, no, no. It was 1 through 11 that played tonight that got pushed around. Listen, none of them motherfuckers show no goddamn nothing. None of listen, if they was your kid on the playground, all of them got slapped today.
All right, go ahead, Young Harry. I don't think her mic's messing up, but go
I'm
ahead,
sorry. Go ahead, Judge. You got it. I can wait.
yeah.
Appreciate it, young Harriet. So I agree with the sentiment of most of everybody so far. Yeah, we got punked out. Um, I like to go back to what we talked about 10 days ago. Santi Aldama. I know he came out yesterday, or against the Jazz. He shot the ball well, but against some real dogs down there in the paint, I think we saw more of the mean in terms of what he's gonna give you at the four next to a rookie Zach Edey. Like we need not having a vet outside of Jaren Jackson in the paint that can help because Brandon Clark is a shell of himself, especially with this new offense. And so if we can't rely on Santi Aldama to rebound, both Sengun, I think what he had 16 and 14, and then Jabari Smith. Basically, they both had the same stat line. At least you get Edie to give you 13 and 9, and I mean he's doing it. They won't let Edie be physical in the NBA, at least not early. They're just not going to allow it. So if he makes the same contact that a defender does against him, where they push him in the back, putting two hands in the bag, grabbing him, he's on the bench. So I'd like to see them get him more touches when he's there, but it's obvious that a function of this offense is not going to be to involve Zach Edey. It's just a lot of guard play. And when you're trying to do it with John Morant, who's 6'2", 6'3" on a good day, Marcus Smart, who's 6'2", 6'3" on a good day, and Desmond Bain, who's 6'4", 6'5" with short arms, you're just too small. So Cam Whitmore, he comes off the bench, he's killing you. Amen Thompson comes off the bench, 9.6 boards. Houston was just quite too physical for us. Dylan Brooks, I mean, we all know what he can do, and I mean, he's solid at this stage. He doesn't need to be even the fourth best player on the team because they got Jalen Green, they got Alperen Sengun, they got Fred Van Fleet, and then Jabari Smith. That's their top four, and then you probably look at somebody else, but Houston's gonna continue to be a tough matchup until we can get those guys back. We need G.G. Jackson, we need Vince Williams, and we need Jaren Jackson. Would that have changed a lot tonight? I'm not sure because Taylor Jenkins is who he is. I've never seen a coach that uh, a team will have a lead. You go into the third quarter. All of a sudden, a team goes on a run. Most good coaches in the NBA, they call a timeout quick. Pop call a timeout quick. Taylor Jenkins just allows the run to go on and on and on. We go from, up 6 to down 15, then we get a timeout. I don't understand that part of it. Yeah, Bain and Morant, they've got to be better. Morant 6 turnovers tonight, they really hurt us. But at the end of the day, we got killed on the glass, 64-43. Those led to 3 pointers. Houston hit 17, the Grizzlies hit 10. I think that's the difference in the game. The Grizzlies had more assists than them, but it wasn't that. It was the offensive rebounding and the 3-point shooting that really hurt us. Jalen Green, his athleticism, Jabari Smith, his athleticism, Alperen Sengun, they just bullied us. They punked us, but we get punked because Taylor Jenkins gets punked. I don't know any other way to say it. Uh,
No,
I'd
it's
like to see a coaching change. I'd like to see a coaching change. I'd like to see a coaching change. I'm still gonna ride with the team, but and I'll blame this loss on personnel. But I'd really like to see a coaching change, and ideally, just like other teams are doing, they going out getting NBA guys. It would be somebody who's played, who's been around, who knows the game, uh, you know, who can really get the most out of John Morant and get him to be that leader. Uh, you
I want
know,
to,
Like
so
Anthony Carter.
I'll leave it at that. Hmm.
but no, I want to say this. I mean, to your point about being punked, like I know people will go out there and say, "Oh my God, the Spaces is out there saying that the Grizzlies is getting punked again." I just want to give a reminder after the Toronto game last year, I'm pretty sure after we kind of like, I, I I can't remember, we came off of some little winning streak or whatever,
Hold
but
on, Grizz. Hold on,
no, hold
Grizz.
on, let me finish this, young Harry. Let me
You
finish
don't have
this.
to get you don't have to give these folks no caveat for them being pushed around, pushed
No,
up under
no.
the board.
Just let me finish this, young Harry. For the people that ain't, some people are new around here, young Harry. Some people. So let me give the caveat. Last year we had a game against Toronto at home. We got beat to death by Toronto, and Taylor Jenkins came out afterwards and said we got punked, and that's what happened. I mean, we got punked. But the difference in this is, like, yeah, you acknowledge that you got punked, but here we are again getting punked again. Like, you know what I'm saying? So yes, it's good to acknowledge things, but you can't continue to go back into the well of getting punked, because there was other times too. And that Toronto game, like I said, that was in the midst of Ja being back, I'm pretty sure, and everything. Like, we had a nice little win streak going, and we got punked in that Toronto game. So, but I just wanted to highlight that
Yeah.
again.
Now, and Jitty and Laravia, they're deficient in a lot of ways. And then Marcus Smart, he's also deficient. He's undersized playing the three. He's not playing the one like he did in Boston next to Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown. Now he's basically playing the three, and that's just not going to work. You're not going to be able to go with Marcus Smart, Jake Laravia, John Conchar with John Moran on the bench. You're gonna get
That's
killed.
why.
Against most NBA teams, you're gonna get
That's
killed.
why I say tonight.
Maybe not the Utah
That's why I
Jazz.
say tonight. I'm not really blaming the players. Even Marcus Smart on ball. Like, I can't get a judge of 12 off ball because Marcus Smart on ball is not looking good, man. Desmond Bain on ball ain't looking good. It's just not. And like I said, we could keep talking about Jakes and Jitties and all that, but we have a lot of problems at the top. And it starts with the coach, or the front office, the coach, and then those top couple of players. So, but let me go ahead and get to.
And in a little while, you won't be able to swing that deal we talked about with Brandon Ingram, where you
Shit,
can
we
try to
ain't.
package Smart,
Shit.
Clark, and them guys. I mean, these guys
You
here.
ain't
Whew,
telling me nothing already. We ain't already
I
discussed, man.
digress.
Like, that value drops every little knick-knack injury Marcus Smart gets. Good thing he came back in tonight, but we'll see about it. Y'all hear Gerald, y'all got it, man. Y'all next.
I apologize for the interrupting grind, but I came out of the hole because while I was in the hole this summer, I always been. I also went to summer school this summer. All I heard from these suckers in this space was the lack of rebounding was Jerry's fault. Tonight, what I saw out there, I saw scheme. Zach Edey is the biggest mother lover in the NBA damn near. And he couldn't even rebound. You know why? Because it's only one of him going to the board. Their scheme. Tonight, I saw John Morant consistently get hit by screens. The reason why he don't want to fight over them screens because he don't want to get hurt. You ain't telling me shit. Cause when he got hit knee to knee against that Golden State series, he been making business decisions ever since. He ain't got no problem playing defense or covering full court. But when it comes to attacking them screens, his ass lets up. And Desmond, Otis Williams Bang, ain't nobody come see your ass, Otis. Ain't nobody come see you, bruh. Get your shit together. And I know this just the beginning of the season, but ain't nobody come to see you, my G. Okay? This is a team sport. A team sport. Okay? Y'all laugh at me, whatever, whatever. I keep on telling y'all this and I'm gonna reiterate it. If he take more than 3 dribbles, it's gonna be a turnover. Okay? Point blank period. He went behind his back and damn near broke my damn legs tonight. And one more thing before I land my damn plane. What is it with these coaching staffs and the consistent breaking of Brandon Clark? That roll down the middle where he was the live guy, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Okay? There were some elements of the Grizzlies offense that were actually working and efficient. With this new offense, yes, it looks good at times, but you actually have taken some of the things out that made the Grizzlies and certain players on the Grizzlies some of the most efficient players in the NBA. And Taylor Jenkins, you better get your shit together. Now, damn Taylor Jenkins. I want to say one more thing. As I was in summer school this season, this summer, excuse me, all I heard was this shit about Jake LaRavia. All I heard about Jake LaRavia, I'm sick of that shit. I'm sick of watching him give somebody else them damn minutes. He out there like Crash Bandicoot, goddamn it. Dribbling with his head down full speed just to pass. Get his ass up out of here. This political, we playing whoever next shit, it ain't gonna get the Grizzlies nowhere. I don't care if it is the second game of the year. We've been dealing with this shit for 6 years. So we have plenty of empirical evidence to back up the way we feel. So don't give us this shit about these 6 years and we being negative. Man, forget that. Them folks soft and show them a motherfucking tissue. Every time they got hit in the balls tonight, they went down. Literally, you know, literally, they went down. They crumbled like a house of cards. John Morant, he complained all night long. I'm gonna land my plane here, I swear, co-pilot. Desmond Bain, I would like you to shut the hell up on the goddamn court. Every time you go in for a layup and it don't go in, you get the screaming and hollering and shit. You were talking so much tonight, you made John Morant turn the goddamn ball over. Shut up, Desmond Bain. Stop dribbling so damn much and pass the damn ball. Please, Desmond Michael Bain. And I'm a land there because
See,
I'm trying to keep my A1C level down. And we got 80 more games, Ryan. I ain't finna let them upset me.
right. I mean, when you see the same things over and over again, you'll hear it. Yeah, you get upset. I was upset. Trust me, I'm still upset.
They say they say we being negative.
No,
We gotta wait till December. We got our ass kicked. No, they got their ass kicked. They
y'all
let's
hear
be
it. Like
extra.
I said, like we said to open up, the identity of the coach. Y'all hear it. I mean, it just played all over the court. Like I said, when I read that thing from the Michael Cole and it says something about 6 days, 6 games and 9 nights, it was sad. The precedence was set in that moment. I don't care what anybody says. It absolutely was. Look at this box score tonight. I don't care nothing else about the box score besides the minutes. The minutes is disgusting.
Had they had Zach Edey literally on 2 plays in a row. They literally had Zach Edey defending his man, guarding the rim, and trying to defend everybody that got past John Morant and Desmond Bain. Does it sound familiar? Does it sound familiar? Your scapegoat, he's sitting on the bench with about a couple $100,000 worth of ice around his neck and in his ear, so y'all can't blame him. And they still got out rebounded with one of the biggest men in the NBA, the one y'all wanted. Now I ain't blaming Zach Edey, but there are some things that are commonalities in the reason why things are happening. I'm gonna let y'all smart folk figure that out. I'm gonna let y'all smart folk figure that out. All you
Nah,
couch.
you right, young Harold. I mean, it's really a staple through all the bigs. It ain't just one or two of them. Like all these bigs, they struggle tonight. Besides Jay Huff, Jay Huff kind of fits what they need. But at the end of the day, even Santi, two shots tonight,
Right. It,
that's
it,
terrible.
it is fine to be offensively versatile, but somebody down there has to be able to do the grunt work. And if you don't have somebody down there able to do the grunt work, then the results will remain the same. It's fine for something to be able to swoop to the hoop and throw pass behind his back. But when you slow down the game and you require them to have specific plays to go to and specific spots to go to on the floor, they can't do that. They can still, even with this new offense, they can still only play one way. And that in itself may be the defining characteristic of a Taylor Jenkins tenure. This team, under his tutelage and leadership, has always been able to play one way, and until they figure out and find their versatility, then we always gonna struggle that way. They soft and they flashy, and they ain't got a bit of grind in them. And that's the irony about it. This thing flashy and all this shit. They grind in Showtime. They ain't grit and grind. They ain't got a bit of grit in them, bruh. They ain't got no grit in them. That was Tony Allen. That was Zach Randolph. That was getting down in the mud. The minute you hit these jokers in the chest and get in their jersey, they can't do shit. And put it on the blade and show us evidence as fans, cause we know y'all gonna go back and talk shit on the timeline, talking about we being negative. Put it on the blade and show us we wrong. That's all you gotta do. Put it on the blade and show us we wrong. Put on any tape and show us we wrong. And I'm laying in there, man. I'm out of here. I'm trying to keep my A1C levels down. I love y'all though, Grizz. But we telling the truth tonight though. We gonna win tomorrow.
For sure, yeah, easy. Let me go ahead and get to Gerald and then Uncle shut up.
What's up with y'all? I'm gonna keep it simple and short. No, I said from the beginning, game one that I seen versus the Mavericks. I'm like, I'm not really a fan
Hey,
of the offense.
hey, Gerald, real quick.
Go ahead.
If you at work or something, cause like just put your isolation on and then we'll hear you better.
Can you hear me now?
Not really, but go ahead. Look, just go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, yeah, we got you loud and clear now.
Um, when I seen the offense versus the Mavericks, it just pretty much gave off the same philosophy that it's always been. It's you know what I'm saying. It's a transition offense. You're trying to play as fast as possible. And the biggest difference between the offense now and what it was, you know what I'm saying, before the new coach got here, was pretty much the ball was in Ja hands more. And that's probably the biggest critique that I have is I like him being off the ball, but that works when you got other people, you know what I'm saying, that you can depend on. Like, I don't want to see Ja off the ball with the ball in Marcus Smart hands. because you limited. Ja can't shoot. You know what I'm saying? It was just pretty much ugly tonight, and we already knew that was gonna be the case because you need shooters, bro. So I don't even know why they would run this back with Smart at the three, knowing like, okay, we're gonna need a spacer on this floor in order for anything to work. But that was just my critique of the offense. I'm not really a fan of it because it's the same philosophy. It's just transition offense, and like I said, I haven't seen any improvements in the half court, and that's where you know what I'm saying I felt like the biggest focus should have been coming in is like, okay, let's try to implement our half court offense, see what we can do, what we do well. I haven't seen anything. I don't have any faith that we can beat anybody in the playoffs with our half court offense, to be honest, because what you're seeing tonight is pretty much what you're going to be getting most nights. If we don't shoot well, which we're not a great shooting team, and we're not aggressive getting to the free throw line, we should be dominating the paint every game. That should be the philosophy. But our coach want to get up 63s. You know what I'm saying? Then it goes back to the mentality of that's why you get punked. You know what I'm saying? It's all the same philosophy of the coach. So, you know what I'm saying? I just don't agree with the philosophy that he has. And it's shown, like I said, the first game that I seen him with Edie, I apologize to Jaren because I was on Jaren ass all summer. I thought Jaren was being soft, thought he wasn't rebounding. And it hit me the first game when I seen Edie under Taylor Jenkins that this is a philosophy problem with the head coach. He has a terrible philosophy for big men. He don't have any um I can't think of the word that I'm looking for, but he don't have any interest in getting the big man involved at all. So that's why Jay Huff can come out and splash a couple threes and say, well, it feels like Jay Huff is the right idea. But then you look at the third quarter and Huff's in there and Sengun killing us on the glass. That's the problem. Yeah, guys like Santi and Huff fit because they can shoot, but they don't have a philosophy where okay, let's go in the paint sometimes. Let's just post up and do simple basketball. He don't have the interest in using his center. So I apologize to Jaren because now I realize what the fuck happened to him. He don't have a coach. And it's disappointing that, you know what I'm saying, possibly, we possibly, if they don't get Jenkins out of here this year, you possibly going to be fucking up Zach Edey going forward because I see a big difference in him already. I don't see the same tenacious player that came out of college that was aggressive getting to the boards. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's just me having a lot of expectations for him, but I don't think he's been playing that good. And I think a lot of it has to do with the coach. I don't think he's been put in a great position for one, but it just feels like when they started with the 3-point shit that he can shoot, it's just like that's what the focus was now. It's like it's not the same, okay, we drafted you to dominate. You can't play him like Adams. He's not Steven Adams. So, that's pretty much what I seen tonight. I'm not surprised that he barely played Ja. Cause you know what I'm saying, I'm sure he's gonna try to go all out tomorrow, but that's just pretty much the mindset of your coach going forward throughout the season. So you can expect this a lot. Cause he don't have any interest in being dominant and running people off the court, being physical and things like that. He's not interested in it. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be interesting to see how this season plays out, but so far it's been disappointing, and that's including the preseason as well.
Nah, man, you preach the gospel, Gerald. We're gonna have to clip that one, my brother. We're gonna have to clip that one. You're exactly right. Even with Jaren, even if you want to say that they're trying to get Jaren into a dominant force, it's in the Giannis way. It's the dribble, ISO dribble isolation type ordeal. It's not throw it into Jaren and let him dominate where he's probably more comfortable at dominating at. And kudos to Jaren for getting to this level. I still think he finally got to the level and everything like that. And hopefully it plays out when he does get back. Um, but at the end of the day, I think a lot of things that we wanted to see, and we discussed this at length with Jaren, we're seeing it with Edie. And like you said, that's just the coach. I go back to Jaren's rookie year. Jaren averaged what, 7 rebounds that season?
Yep.
He averaged 7 rebounds as a rookie and hasn't touched that number since. I'm pretty sure. Maybe in the playoffs, I think he averaged around 7 in a playoff series one time. But yeah, I mean that you don't have that big of a drop off every single season since your rookie year without it being a coaching problem. And like you said, it's just the lack of even caring about it, and it's starting to show. And it's starting, and like you said, the Edie is the one that you can see it, because like you said, it's not even about him not playing well or anything. If he fouls out, that's cool, but it's the way that you foul out. If you fouling out because you out there bowing people, trying to get physical, you know what I'm saying, looking like you trying to be a dominant force, okay. But he fouled out because people getting beat off the drive, and he's still the backline defender and things like that. So way to preach the gospel, Gerald, as you always do, my brother. Go ahead, Uncle, shut up, and then be nice.
Yo, what's up, y'all? Um, Man, they got a pretty wild minutes restriction going on. I'm noticing, and I did notice it the last game too, but I wasn't really paying a lot of attention to it. I just noticed Ja not, I'm like, hell, he ain't gonna have a chance to hit no 30 points, which was what I was kind of banking on, just on some other stuff. That was some gambling stuff, but I mean, if you just ain't gonna come into 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter, then you just ain't got a chance to get there. But um, I would like to hear from y'all that's been in tune with the coaching and what they're saying in the press conference. I mean, I know you got these games, a back to back and a bunch of games here, but you can't beat these teams. I'm just looking at these minutes. No double digit rebounders. Nobody has played no 30 minutes, 32 minutes, no 33 minutes played. You can't beat no starters on no other teams in high school, college, junior pro, popcorn league. You can't beat the starters with the second five most times. Second string players are second string players on every level because they're second string players. I mean, that don't mean they're not good, but usually you're not gonna beat the other team's starting players. If they play 35 minutes in in all your starters played 23 minutes, that team probably is gonna beat your team. That's like if you was gambling, that's what you would gamble, right? So, if I look at Houston and I look at their last two games, and I put this in the Jumbotron, them boys playing 32 and 33 and 34 minutes a night these last couple nights. LeBron them will play. They'll play 33 minutes tonight if they want to have a chance to beat Phoenix. And Kevin Durant them, they'll play 33 minutes, and them dudes 50 years old. Put them boys on the court and let them run, man. Run their tongues out and play them. What's the thinking? What is this thing with this 24 minutes and what's going on? What are y'all hearing? Because
Like I
that's
said,
I want
Uncle,
to know.
shut up. I don't really watch the post games anymore until we get off the space, at least. Um, But like I said, go back to the Michael Cole's tweets. Just scroll back a little bit and start looking at where they started talking about 6 games and 9 nights. I mean, anybody that wanted to come up here and tell me that they see it in a different light, please do, because like I said, I love hearing different opinions.
I think I know
So
what it is, Grind.
go ahead.
I think I know what it is, Uncle. Shut up. The prognosis of the annexation of Puerto Rico of the War of 1833 strictly states that if you play, man, come on, y'all know there's some goofy, nerdy shit. Everybody in here know this shit. That's some Rick Moranis, Dan Aykroyd, and Ghostbusters, Egon
I
shit.
mean, of course,
It's
like,
goofy.
I mean, to be real, I mean, I guess if you want to keep it level headed as possible, um, the injuries last year, Ja already done got a little, just the good boy
That's not
stuff.
it, Grind, because they was doing it before last year.
Oh,
That's
I
not it.
agree. I agree.
Yeah, that would be coaching scared. I mean, you can't be cautious in your coaching like that. Like, I mean, if people go do, man, after if people get hurt, people break wrists and twist ankles and stuff on crazy stuff.